Maybe it's about you. Once upon a time, there was a little girl who had an older sister, a teenage sister, and a mom and a dad. And they lived in an apartment for some years, and they were kind of cramped in there. She had to share a bedroom with her big sister. And then if any of you share your bedroom with a brother or sister, you know that can be a little annoying. Then yeah, you know, right? So one day, they moved. Mom and Dad bought a big house. A big 3-story house out in the woods where they were going to have room for all their stuff and separate bedrooms for both the girls. Well, it takes a long time to get moved and it takes a long time to unpack all your stuff. But that first night, Emily got at least the important stuff unpacked, didn't she? She went up to her 3rd floor bedroom. The bedroom that's just for her, right up under the eaves of the house. And she got all of her clothes out, she hung them in the closet, and she put them in the drawers. This one's for the underwear. Pajamas, you know how it is. And then she put up her posters on the walls of her favorite things and her favorite people. What kind of posters do you think she put on the walls? Did she put up a Frozen poster? I bet she did. What's that? Yeah. What else do you think she put on the walls? Yeah? Superheroes, like who? Wonder Woman. And who?
American Dream.
You are right. Who else do you think she put up there? A pumpkin. A pumpkin like you. Yeah? A bat. Oh, I see. She's feeling very Halloween-y. She put up a big poster of Imagine Dragons. Maybe? No? Yeah, who?
A jack-o'-lantern.
A jack-o'-lantern. Oh, I see. We're getting the Halloween spirit, are we? And what else did she put on her walls? Who?
A witch.
Oh, a witch. Oh, okay. I guess we're getting very Halloween-y. Right. A picture of herself. Because she is all that. She got her school pictures back and they were looking really good. So she's like, I'm going to put up a picture of me. Right between Olaf and Elsa over on this side. And Luke Skywalker. Oh, Luke Skywalker's over here. Oh, yeah. So anyway, she got all very important things up in her room. And she tucked herself into her bed and she said, oh, it's so nice to have my own bedroom. She turned off the light and she went to sleep. And she fell asleep for some hours. Now this is where the plot thickens. Because just at the stroke of midnight, you know what she heard? At the window. Scratch, scratch, scratch. And she woke up and she, what was that? Scratch, scratch, scratch. She thought maybe it's the wind blowing some trees, right? Against the window. But then she remembers, even though she was out in the woods, they were in kind of a clearing, and all the trees were kind of far back from the house. There shouldn't be any, and it couldn't be any person out there because it's on the 3rd floor. What do you think it could be? Should we go look?
A ghost.
Maybe it's a ghost. Should she go look? I think she better go look, or it's going to be a very short story. So she went to the window, and she pulled open the curtains, and there, outside her window, was a face. Pale, pale face, with long black hair, long red fingernails and red lips, and she said, do you know what I do with these long red fingernails and these red lips? And Emily went, and she jumped into bed, and she pulled up the covers over her head, and it was a long time before she fell back to sleep. Well, the next morning, as you might imagine, she thought, I'll call you a dream. In the light of the sun, in the light of the sun of day, you go, I was just probably having a bad dream. And so, while she maybe should have said something to Mom and Dad, she didn't. She knew what her mom and dad would say anyway. They would say, well, maybe you're not big enough after all. to have your own bedroom. Maybe we should move you back into your sister's bedroom. And she didn't want that, did she?
No.
Her sister's feet smell. And she's always clipping her toenails and leaving the toenails on the floor. So she did not want to go back to that. No. So she wasn't going to say a word. So she went off to school. She had a great day at school. She answered some questions. Some of them she even got right. The rest of them, they were at least entertaining answers. And that night after dinner and after watching TV, her mom said, okay, let's get to bed. And suddenly she thought, oh, I wonder if it's going to happen again. What do you think? Is it going to happen again?
Yeah!
So she went up the stairs to her room. Remember that baby was nice. And she went down the long hallway to her room. Oh, come on. And she opened up the door. So she got into her pajamas and she got into bed. And then she tried to turn off the light, but she couldn't reach from there, could she? So she had to get out of bed and go turn off the light again and then get back into bed. She lay there for a while, not sure if she was going to be able to fall asleep, but fall asleep she did. She was woken right at the stroke of midnight. She heard it again. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Emily was very scared indeed. I think I would have been too. She got out of the bed though, and she walked across that rug. And she steeled herself. And she opened the curtains wide, and there was the face, pale, pale face, with long black hair, long red fingernails, and red lips. And she said, "You know what I do with these long red fingernails and these red lips." And Emily went, "Ah!" And she put the curtains shut, and she jumped into bed, and she pulled up the covers, and she went all the way down to the bottom of the bed. She just lay there shivering till morning. Well, she looked a little bit the worse for wear over breakfast, I can tell you. She looked like somebody who hadn't slept all night. And her mom said, "Are you all right?" And she said, "I'm fine. I'm fine." And she thought about saying something now, because it probably wasn't a dream. But she didn't want to say anything, because you know what's going to happen, don't you? "Oh, maybe you're not as big of a girl as I thought you were. Maybe I should put you back in your sister's room." And she gave you back in the room. Her sister's always on the phone to her boyfriend. She did not like listening to that, I can tell you. So she went out to school and she had a pretty good day, but she was very distracted. Every time she looked at her math book, she was like, "You can see the face in her math book." Well, over dinner, she got thinking about the face. And over watching TV, she got thinking. And finally, her mom said, "All right, your big sister's been in bed for half an hour. You scoot." And you know what that means? When your mom says scoot, you scoot. So she went up the stairs to her room. And she went down the hall to her room. And she opened her door. Hi, Mom. She put on her pajamas and she got into bed and she had to get out of bed and throw them away and she got back in bed. And she lay there in the dark, just watching the clock. It was digital, that's how she could see it in the dark. And she watched the clock. She watched the clock for hours and she never fell asleep. And finally, just at midnight, what do you think happened? Sure enough. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Scratch, scratch, scratch. And this is where Emily got brave. Emily said, "That is it. That is it. This is my room. This is my room, and I'm not going to get scared out of my room by whatever it is." And she threw off the bedclothes and she stomped across the floor and she threw open the curtains. And there was the face. Same pale face, long black hair, long red fingernails, red lips, and she said, "Do you know what I do with these long red fingernails and these red lips?" And Emily said, "What?" She said, "I do this."